welcome to the Say So podcast. I'm Kaitlin.
And I'm Darbi. Well, you guys know we've been doing our behind the scenes series. And so last week, Kaitlin interviewed me with some questions, and now it's her turn. And I'm really excited because you guys know I'm not going to take it easy on her.
No. Okay.
Are you ready?
I don't know.
Okay, well, we're doing it anyway.
Okay.
Question number one for Kaitlin is, we talk a lot about cost on here, right? Cost, sacrifice, obedience. What is cost to you? How would you define cost for Kaitlin Shierry?
Oh, well, let's just start with it. Let's just start with that.
I wanted to go right into the deep end. We'll work it back to the shore, okay?
Cost. I don't know. I think that my initial thoughts are probably releasing what I thought my life would look like now. So
that's good.
And not that it's not, I mean, it's amazing. It's everything I'd want it to be, but I think you always have, you have things built up in your mind of what things are going to look like.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
You know? And so, you know, the fact that I've been, you know, married for 7 years of my life, I don't even feel like I'm old enough to be married for that long or to have 2 kids. And, you know, I think that my life's like not super glamorous. It's pretty normal.
Well, okay, so let's go back because you kind of at one point thought you might end up in New York in fashion, right? So I think we need to go back to that. What was your expectation, and then how has that changed?
I did. I went to college, and I really just didn't like college at all. I didn't feel like I was supposed to be there, and I've always loved beauty. I've always loved fashion. I grew up watching America's Next Top Model, like, you know.
But we can see that. We can see Kaitlin as a model. Okay, let's just.
I mean, I did when I was like, I don't know, maybe 10, you know, a guy in the mall, oh, you look like a model. You need to come to this casting call. And I went, and literally the song, I'm too sexy for my whatever. You know, you have to walk down this. Yes. And I'm like 10, and my mom is here with me, and it's awkward, but I was kind of like, oh, this is kind of fun, different. But then it was like, it wasn't legit, I don't think. And we were like, oh, let's go. This is weird. But that was kind of always in my mind, truly. And
so we all just learned something about Kaitlin we didn't know.
Yeah, that happened.
We want to see the catwalk. I'm too sexy. Redo.
Oh my gosh. So that happened, and you know, that kind of always really was a thing I wanted to do. I did want to model. I didn't know if it was print. I didn't know if it was runway. I really don't think I cared. I just had this glamorous life built up in my mind, and my dad hated it. I mean, didn't even give it the time of day. That's not happening, you know. And my mom, I think she was always kind of like, you know, hey, why not? If that's something you want to try it. You know, so when I'm leaving college, I really had put a lot of effort into the way my body looked, some of it not healthy, to be honest. And I became consumed with what I looked like, but I wanted to try this thing. So I actually went to a couple different agencies while I was at TCU, and like I'd have my 2 friends come along with me, and we're driving in Dallas, and I have no idea where we're going or what we're doing, and I would show up, and they're like, oh no, you're not what we're looking for. No, you know, and that happened probably 3 or 4 times. And so then finally I was like, well, okay, I'll just move to New York, and I'll just figure it out. I don't know. I'll go to fashion school. And so I started the application, and my dad was like literally sick about it. He hated that idea. And you know, there was like one last step I had to do to finish my application, and it just never got done. It was, I think back to it, and I've always kind of said it was like I went to sleep one night and I woke up and I didn't want to do that anymore.
Yeah, wow.
It was weird. I don't know if it was the Lord protecting me from something, or, you know, saying, hey, I've got this thing waiting for you at home that you don't even know about yet. So all that to say, I had this life built up in my mind. It would be shocking to all the people I went to school with. Like, wow, she's living this like glamorous life. Lame, whatever. Who cares, you know? And now I am living a very normal life, you know, and it's everything I'd want it to be. So cost to me is, I think maybe it's cost me what I thought my dreams were, but I'm living my dreams now. A better dream, a God dream, like what he had for me.
Yeah.
So you could go so many different routes with cost, but I think that
for sure.
I'm living a life that is, I feel like it's full of deeper things. It's full of things that are eternal. It's, when you think about a model's life in New York, while I think it'd be so much fun and you get to see a lot of beautiful things and be a part of fun things, like, there's a cost to that too. And it might be, eternity. It might be your life. I don't know. Maybe not, but maybe. So
I always say if I could have sang, I would have been Lady Gaga. I wouldn't have been a Christian, likely. I would have been Britney. I don't know. I mean, like, that was the dream in my heart, right? So we all have these dreams, and I love that you just shared that, because I feel like I knew part of it, but I never heard it in its fullness. And I think we always have to acknowledge, and we've talked about this before, but just the dying to our dreams sometimes, because God is trying to give you the desires of your heart, but they're his desires for you, which are better.
And that dream was probably based on me literally watching America's Next Top Model and watching this normal person then gain this like incredible, fun-looking life. And in reality, then, what immediately happened for me is I became so self-conscious of my weight, of what I was eating. I would and I remember, literally when Mason and I started dating, I would be like, oh, I don't think that's worth the calories. And he's like, Kaitlin, stop it. So immediately what happened is it took an unhealthy turn. So I know it's for my good. And that's not the case for every model in the world, right? Like, we're not saying that. But for me, it was obvious that was not what the Lord had for me.
You're almost a foodie. I mean,
I know. Okay, Darbi. Okay, move on.
This is all about Kaitlin, okay? Okay, that was good. I love that.
All right. Okay.
Good. Next one. Okay, so we've talked a lot about friendships.
Yeah.
So if I sign up to be, and I am your friend, so it's not me. If you sign up to be friends with Kaitlin Shierry, what are you going to get, or what are you not going to get?
Oh, well, are we talking like just like deep friends, strong friends?
Yeah, let's go there.
Okay.
Like top 10, 15 friends. Maybe not your...
Yeah. I think I kind of shared this, I don't know, some time ago. When people come in my life and it's like we just jive, or maybe it's the season that we're supposed to be in doing life together. Like, I feel like you're on my mind a lot, and I feel like the Lord speaks to me more about you in particular. Like, and I think that's something I can grow in my, gift to hear from the Lord about specific things. Because, I don't know. I just know right now it's with people I'm familiar with, people that I know what's going on in their life. I feel like they come to mind a lot. And the Lord, I feel like he just speaks to me a lot about them. So you'll get texts that are probably random that, hey, I've been thinking about you and I just wanted to share this, and I love to, honestly, like, I wish that I was so dang rich, because I would just love to, like, give lavishly to my friends. Right?
I know, I get that.
I love to give. I love to give specifically. Like, Mason, even the other day, he was like, okay, babe, I know you want to be so sweet and generous and thoughtful, but that was out of our budget, so let's not do that again. Like, okay, sorry, but I love to be thoughtful in that way, because I love it. And maybe I'm like putting my own spiritual gifts on other people. Maybe I'm doing that, because I love for, like, if I speak something out loud or I voiced something and you listened and you held on to that, and then, like, if I shared, I love to receive fresh flowers, like, randomly. And then one day, like, you show up to my door with them or something. It's like, wow, you remembered that and you just did it just to bless me. I love to do that for other people. So maybe that's me doing my own gifts on other people. Right. I don't know. That's what you'll get. That. Yeah. So that's what, friendship for me is like. I want to invest in you with the Lord in our friendship, with him in our midst. I want you to know that when you're on my mind, I'm going to let you know, whether it's through a text or a call or a voice note, or I'm going to show up with a Sonic drink or flowers or, a bag of clothes that I don't fit me
Those
anymore.
are my favorite
right?
gifts.
That's what I do, Darby, because she's
I already know they're Kaitlins.
Yeah, I know. I left a bag in her office the other day with clothes, and I'm like, I didn't even think to say, oh, they're from me. And she texts me, thanks for the clothes. No problem. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm really able to just, with
do you think the intentionality comes naturally for you, or do you have a technique of like remembering things that people love?
No, I feel like if I'm thinking about just the people that like are in my life right now, then I really pay attention to the things that you say. I pay attention to what you share with me, what I see on social media. Like I'm thinking of one girl that I'm in small group with, and she said that one Sunday she was singing, I'm not going to share it because I don't want her to know, but she was singing a song, and there's a verse in the song that like spoke so much to her, and it's just what she like felt in that season that she was in. So I'm like I'm figuring out, how do I get this like in a print or on a canvas or something to put in her house, like I want her to know I remember that, and that was a moment between you and the Lord, and it should be a memorial, like it should be celebrated,
Yeah.
And so I want to be a part of those type of things in my friends' lives. Now I think that it's a bigger conversation to have, but friends do come and go, and your level of commitment comes and goes too, because you can't pour in everything to everybody, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like I feel like I'm gaining a better understanding of seasonal friendships. Like I think the Lord brings them in when maybe they need to be encouraged through, words that I can share with them, and so I know that sometimes there's a releasing that happens in that too. I don't know.
That's good.
Okay, great.
I can verify she's really good friends.
Oh, well, thank you. Okay.
Okay. Let's see. So we talked about friendship. Right now, what would you say that you are learning? A lesson, a truth, maybe something you're unlearning? Is there some topic that you're like, man, this has really been a lesson that I'm learning in this season?
I think I've learned about myself in the past that I have a hard time, I think, sitting still and not having my hands involved in things, partly because I don't want it to turn into complacency, partly because I don't want to miss out on things, partly because I feel like I still sometimes don't know when I need to take action, when I need to wait on the Lord. And so I've recognized that about myself. So I feel like in the season I'm in, I have what I feel like is spare time. But as I say that, I'm like, it's not spare time, because it's time with my children that I didn't have before. It's time to invest in my family, into our home. I love like creating new spaces. I'm somebody that I have to be so inspired by the space I'm in. So I've just redone my room. I'm redoing my son's room now. And to me, if somebody were to ask me, well, Kaitlin, what have you been doing? I'm like, I don't know, but I'm not just sitting down. I'm not just watching TV. I don't know, but like my time is so busy, but I don't know. I can't always account for what all I've done, because I feel like it's just kind of ordinary stuff. And so sometimes I feel like, well, I should be able to say what I've done, but I am also in the time where I have a 5 and a 2-year-old, and that's just where I'm at in my life. Like I'm still, me raising them is sometimes me at home with them, as a stay-at-home mom. That means that, we go to the pool and we spend 3 hours there, and then we come home and we take naps, and then I get up and I make dinner, and I've got a load of laundry going on. So like I have not done nothing, but it's not like huge big things, but it's things that I know I need to be doing right now.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like being okay with that.
And that's really important, I think, for a lot of stay-at-home moms, because that can feel, according to the world, like you haven't really accomplished anything, and that's so untrue. I think the enemy would love for you to believe that you've accomplished nothing in those days, because looking back in my season of time, like, I probably spent a good 5-7 years doing nothing and literally doing everything.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like it's I don't know, it's pressure that you feel that you've got to, based on what you see on Instagram or what you feel like, your friends are doing, that you've got to just show all of these glamorous things that you're doing or like world-changing things when really like I'm trying to create the most healthy, joy-filled, just great childhood for my kids. Like this is foundational time for them. So what I'm learning now is just to be patient, just to Darbi.
Okay, it's fine. Keep going.
Okay.
Y'all, my mic just fell. It's fine. Just keep going.
If you're listening, Darbi just pulled her mic off the table.
And I'm holding it now, but it's going to be just fine. Well, anyway, it is a joy-filled season. I also want to note that you're very creative. And so when she's redoing her child's room, y'all, you probably haven't, most of you have not been in her home, but it's like a full-on out of like a magazine. So when I say I'm redoing, I like literally just pulled some stuff out there in the trash and kind of picked up. That's like my redoing. Hers is like full on paint and like ordered all this stuff off Etsy, or maybe she made it herself. You also do calligraphy. Yeah. You're a good cook. You makeup and nail. I don't know. There's a lot of effort that I feel like goes into your creativity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah. True. Yeah. So I mean, that's all part of a day, and so it is, I feel like I keep going back to it's not glamorous, but it is just real life. It is just, and I feel like I'm trying to invest in the things that matter, and just being okay with everything looking pretty ordinary, because it is in the ordinary moments that they really do matter,
Yes.
So.
Well, good job.
Yeah.
And I love that. And I do think that the Lord will continue to just bring back that other dream, the glamorous part of it. And in a different way.
Yeah, maybe so. Yeah.
Okay. So here's another question. Is there anything, because I just said a lot of things Kaitlin's good at, and really the list is pretty extensive, so we won't go into all the things that Kaitlin is good at. But is there something you wish you were good at that you think you're not?
Yeah, I feel like I go back to probably being disciplined. It's a struggle for me because I think about working out. I'm not good at working out. I like
you were
it.
doing really good.
I do.
We'll get back to it.
I know we will, but I feel like that's something that I don't know. I've always struggled with being disciplined, and it's something that I don't want to be like across the board. I'm trying to be disciplined in everything. I want to be like specific in whether it's in just like, I don't know, different things maybe with the Lord, or even with like not snacking on junk all the time. Like be disciplined in what you're eating. Choose to work out. I want to grow in that because I can be kind of just like, I don't know, not. Also, like, probably being organized.
Yeah.
Yeah! Yeah, that one.
Well, in what ways? In your daily, in your home?
I really didn't think I was that bad until I think I'm disorganized. And I think that, even, I was just thinking about this the other day, like, it's ridiculous, but I went to something on Saturday, so I put my driver's license and my credit card in my little purse, because now we carry like 14,000 different purses every time. Like we carry a new purse all the time, right? When our moms grew up, one purse for like 6 months, or it's like everything was in that purse. But now we carry these little tiny purses that can hold nothing. So I put my little credit card and my driver's license in there, and I put my wallet in Mason's glove compartment. Yesterday, I got my wallet out of his glove compartment. I'm like, where is that thing? Oh, yeah, it's in Mason's car. And I'm like, dang. And because he's always wanting like Tylenol or chapstick or gum. And I'm like, I don't have a purse big enough to hold all of that. Okay? So I got all my crap is spread out. It's all spread out. And so, then like we had this little thing on the counter that holds, all the important paperwork.
The catch-all. We all have one of those.
Oh my gosh. It had like...
And it's so full of random junk.
Like checks that I could put in the bank, or like bills or insurance.
And random little tools. You're like, was this like a screw? Where'd it come from?
My workout gloves are in there. I'm like, what? Okay, so I have to... And this has been a conversation with me and Mason. So I know it is something I have got to get a hold of. So and not being like a neat freak, but just it's a stewardship thing.
Yes.
At the end of the day, I'm not taking care of the things I need to be taken care of, even the small things. So like, I need to make good habits. So when I bring in the mail, don't just put it in there. Sort it and then pay the bill and then throw it away or go file it, like whatever. So I think for me, I get in a bad habit of like putting things off, and wow, I'm dreading doing that, so I'm just not going to do it right now.
Yeah.
But if I would just handle it in the moment and not let it pile up, that's a practical thing for me. Like just in the moment, take care of it. Don't put it off because you're going to it's literally going to sit there for 6 months,
Yeah.
So those are a couple things. I've got to be more organized. I feel like it's too, I would free up like mental space if things were just taken care of.
I know. My life coach always tells me, Darbi, you should just spend 30 minutes in the morning and really just think through your day.
Yeah.
And you would get so much more accomplished than to just kind of go through it.
Yeah.
Go through the day and go, oh yeah, by the way, I gotta remember to do that. And oh yeah, I forgot to do that.
Exactly.
She's like, if you would sit down and organize, you'd be way more efficient. And so I think that's a good practice. I've yet to really completely put that into practice, but I see the benefit maybe.
Yeah, I do too. Totally.
Okay, so working on being organized and more disciplined, which I think you're doing.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
Step by step.
It's a work in progress.
Okay, and so we talked about dying to the dreams and the cost and friendship, which are all topics that we've talked about on here. But I really just love that we got to know you a little bit more in some of those areas. So just to end real quick, what is something that you are hoping for the end of this year, or dreaming of, or looking forward to?
Honestly, first thing that comes to my mind is Mason and I, we're at this time finally in life where we are like interested in taking our kids on vacation with us.
Yeah.
Never wanted to do that before.
God is working miracles.
Because that is not vacation if your kids are there. Okay.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm joking partly. But Sabby's 5 now. She is maturing slowly. I do see a shift in 5. Darbi told me before, like, you just got to make it to 5. Okay, 5 changes things, and it has in a lot of ways. And Rob's 2.5, and honestly, our family, Mason's family had a motorhome, and they have kind of gifted it to us, but like, we're hoping to all just benefit from this motorhome. Yeah. And so what I'm honestly looking forward to is we're going to take a trip, hopefully soon, just the 4 of us, and just go see some of the country.
Yeah, fun.
I haven't really seen as much as Mason has, and I'm excited to involve my kids because I feel like up until now it's been like we got to get away and they're not coming with us, just because you do have to decompress from life, from your kids, from the craziness, but I feel like there's just something that's going to happen just with the closeness of our family, from just traveling together, from spending quality time together, from seeing new things together, I just feel like it's core memories are coming for my family and our kids and me and Mason, and he's looking at different Jeeps and what can we do to see as much country together as possible. And so I feel like that is now, you do see Instagram, like, people living in vans, and it is so crazy. Mike is
begging me every day to live that life. I'm like, no, I can't do it.
I can't do that. Not right now. Okay, but, and I don't know, there's just something kind of just ordinary about, like, just going old school. Like, let's just drive and be together. And that's why I feel like the Lord's like, just draw into your family, draw into the people that, you need to invest in right now, and be present with them. Don't worry about what's coming. Don't worry about what you're missing out on. Be present.
Yeah. I love that.
Great.
That's so good. And we can't wait to see the pictures on our social media.
That's right.
Well, guys, I hope you've really enjoyed getting to know Kaitlin. I adore her, of course. You know this, but I know that you'll love her even more knowing these things about her. I love that we got to hear all these things, and you really practice what you preach. And so I hope that is what you guys see, the same as I do. And so stay tuned for a new series coming at you.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
See you next time.